Police on police violence. It's a damn shame. Today, we're standing with the police, against the police that was against the police on January 6th. Let me give you background to this story. There's a cop who actually obstructed justice, obstructed the DC police during the January 6th terrorist attack. I kid you not. A Virginia police officer, let's put his picture up. A Virginia cop has been accused of felony disruption of an official proceeding and misdemeanor disorderly conduct for his role in the January 6th attack on the US Capitol. His name is Officer Thomas Robertson. He was armed with a large wooden stick and used it to block the path of line of Metropolitan PD who were trying to control the crowd and provide backup. So here's a cop who literally engaged in obstructing other cops. Have you heard the police union come out against him? Have you heard the law and order Republicans who believe in the rule of law coming out against that cop? No, and they will not, because that cop represents their agenda. Their agenda is not law and order. Their agenda is not even pro-law enforcement, because if it was, they would stand with the law enforcement who were assaulted on that day of terrorism. There's more. Robertson was fired from the department alongside fellow Rocky Mount officer Jacob Fracker after both were spotted at the riot. Got into further trouble after being granted pretrial release. So they get a sweetheart deal from the judge after being arrested. When authorities found they had a stockpile, 34 guns. This cop had a stockpile of 34 guns at a local firearms dealership, despite a federal judge's order not to be armed. Investigators also found a partially assembled pipe bomb in his home, inside a box labeled booby trap, and several boxes of ammunition. Put up his picture again. Now, here's why people do not like the police. This cop got charged with a felony. This cop engaged in an act of terrorism. He was a sworn officer of the law. He was entrusted with public trust. He goes to this terrorist attack. He then obstructs justice. He impedes the DC officer's ability to actually do their jobs. Charged with a felony, goes to court. Judge says, oh, poor thing. You're a police officer. Pre-trial release. No guns. All right? Okay. He gets a sweetheart deal. And then violates the sweetheart deal by having bombs in his house. Over 30 weapons, ammunition. There is no indication Robertson felt any remorse for his involvement in the Capitol attack. In the days following his charges, he posted to gunbroker.com. They are trying to teach us a lesson. They have, but it's definitely not the intended lesson. I have learned that if you peacefully protest, then you will be arrested, fired, be put on a no-fly list, have your name smeared, an address released by the FBI so every loon in the US can send you hate mail. I have learned very well that if you dip your toe into the Rubicon, cross it hard and violent, and play for all the marbles. They're gonna lock his ass back up. Now he's going back to jail for sure, all right? He's got every opportunity here. He's received every benefit of the doubt, and he's still talking about committing an act of domestic terrorism in the United States. This, in part, is the federal government's fault. Here's why. They never treated these attackers as they should have been. All of them who engaged in actual violence should have been charged based on the crime, but they were not. They were dealt with kid gloves. Adrienne, I said this a few months ago. I said this is going to happen because of how light the federal government has been with these charges and the pretrial release, the negotiated plea deals, that individuals would violate even more. They would feel empowered, and that's exactly what you're seeing here.
Yeah, no, there's no deterrent efficacy here. The fact that these people are getting this slap on the wrist as opposed to facing actual consequences, it is essentially sending that message out there that you won't really suffer. It's okay to try to overthrow the government. It's okay to break into Nancy Pelosi's office. It's okay to threaten to kill the vice president. It's no big deal so long as you are white. And the problem is that we are going to have more instances like this moving forward because people aren't seeing consequences for this initial attack on our democracy. And that's a very, very scary thing. Yeah.
So what do? We have policy opportunity here, but that policy has not been passed. We have the George Floyd Policing and Accountability Act that has not been passed. The president of the United States refuses to make every move available on the table. And damn it, if there's a gray area, make the move and let a judge tell you it was wrong. But we are not in that era in leadership inside of the Democratic Party.